Hey there guys, Frankomatic here with Cess, and this is 4.6 billion year story. We have become some kind of lizard. Let's go into a glowy cave. It's full of lizards.
It's not actually glowing either.
Not on the inside, but on the outside. So here we got friends, or at least people that don't hate us.
These aren't people, these are
They're people.
salamanders.
They are the people of the Earth currently.
No.
I don't know if you need to come in here and talk to these guys, but, I mean, why not? You know, it's here.
Is there anything to steal? Like, awesome experience?
No.
Oh.
We could get a sword. We can't get a sword, that was a lie.
Why would you lie to me like that? Can we ever get a sword?
Yes, actually.
Cool.
I don't recall if I end up showing that in this run or not. Because it's not so much like an item you pick up, but a couple of things that you can become very, very late in the game have a sword.
Oh.
So, today's musical selection is the boss battle theme from EVO. If you can't make the connection as to why I thought this one would be appropriate, I don't know that I can help you.
So, those little puddles, are those Keeley points or are they just puddles?
Those are healing points. You'll probably see me step on them a few times, although these fish aren't really a threat. This is also one of the single longest grind sessions. Like, it almost got through the entirety of the, boss MP3 here, even at 500x speed.
Did you just hop into the water and fight some fish?
I'm fighting fish in general, and yeah, you can hop in the water. Some of it. The lighter water. The shallower water. It may or may not hurt you, depending. Right now I think it is a little damaging to it. No, it's not. I know I remember what's damaging us. The weird, like, brown grass tiles hurt us right now.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Because your delicate salamander feet can't take the pokiness of the brown.
I think the trees might hurt us a little bit right now, too. We're not really totally suited to land yet.
How finicky.
Once you evolve, like, once in this part, which we're going to do right now, a lot of that stops. Now we're,
A blue lizard.
whatever you would call that.
I called it a blue lizard, so that's what we're going with. Pal.
Fine, we're a blue lizard with red eyes. Man, I am being really deliberate about placing these points.
So careful.
Well, that musical translation was actually transition was actually kind of slick.
Okay, stop being impressed with yourself.
Considering I put usually zero effort into this stuff, Also, our world map's a little more complicated and obnoxious to follow at this point. But, you see that kind of weird Spain-looking peninsula in the upper left there?
Sure.
That's roughly where we are, and we need to basically go south around the entire place and then back up to get to our destination.
So wait, here?
Yeah, there.
So kind of where it looks like the the monster seahorse thing is sticking out his tongue.
Kinda. We're right above the water there. Currently, on the map. Also, we turned into a speckled lizard thing.
I liked the blue one better. Although this one has a little bit of a cuteness to it.
So in here, we got, blood.
Sounds so tragic.
Blood, bones,
Oh no!
a dying buddy.
Buddy! Buddy, why?
I assume he's telling us something important here, but, again, kinda lost on me. And then he dies. Very slowly, he dies. He's dead.
No. And then insects.
Life goes on. He died, so not for him, but... Also, if we go back up to our... Yeah, the grass is still not super nice to us. But let's go check on our other friends. Oh.
Why did they all die?
I assume that's whatever our buddy there told us. This guy's still alive. Kinda.
But he's not bleeding. Did he eat everybody else?
He's about to be dead. He did give us some Evo points, though. So we might have ate him.
That's rough.
With all that done, though, if I recall correctly, things at this point essentially stop spawning here, so you need to move on. And everything's on fire.
You found the forest fire. Good job.
Now that was the one good random event. If I had actually stayed hurt, that would have healed me a little bit.
Good thing it showed up right when you were avoiding all the damage tiles, huh?
Yep. Those can be useful sometimes. Also, for whatever reason, after that, we can walk over these tiles fine now. And here's some tougher guys. Hammerhead sharks with feet.
Hammerheads don't look like that.
Also, I stopped speeding it up because I realized I needed to show something. Which is that desert to the right. If you step in it, you get...
Dead.
You get a... You probably don't want to be walking around here. Now, the desert will, in fact, cause major damage if you walk around in it. Because we are an amphibian and we will dry out. Even though we look a lot like a lizard. Like just a lizard. We're not.
Well, you don't really have scales so much as shiny, slick body. And you have kind of webbed feet, so...
And we got struck by lightning.
Well, maybe you shouldn't be so tall.
We don't look very tall.
Apparently you're too tall.
And now it's time to game over. Unfortunately... It's just this again.
Oh. Hi.
I like the frown on the guy on the right there.
They're all frowning.
He's got the biggest one, though.
I like the saggy-faced one the best, who's just like, yes, this is a normal annoyance.
I guess we should evolve for real. And do a...
Gator.
yeah. A amphibious proto-alligator. And apparently I zoned out after going into this menu.
You're slowly using your points. Alright, back to the daily grind.
It's still hitting me pretty hard. Oop, it's over. I think I actually go left again, even though I don't want to, for control reasons, because I'm getting busted up. Eventually. Past self. There we go.
Oh, he's so cute!
Now we're a fat lizard. We evolved fat. Still have those terrifying red eyes, though.
That's how you know it's you. And not some other lizard. Because you got fire in your eyes.
And for those of you who like comparing, have some regular speed battle music, because we're going to be doing some traveling once I, do a couple of fights to get these stats close to max again. Because I think these are like the last guys around here right now. Also, these dudes are absolutely no threat to Fat Lizard.
Fat lizard is such a bully.
Now it's time to evolve again! And we're already at the highest tier we can get to. And we became like a mudkip.
Oh, now you're the cutest.
Since we can't actually get any better aside from maybe one or two more evolutions sideways, I think I start moving forward here and just getting the points along the way. But I don't remember, because it's been a while since I recorded these. Also, here's the movement problem. You're gonna see me just ramming my face into walls constantly in this form.
Well, that's similar to playing an old-style RPG.
I mean, look at that. And there's currents here, which is kind of a nightmare with this uncontrollable speed. But there's some guys to talk to.
I hate with donk sounds when you run into a wall.
I think these guys are actually the proto-crocs we were earlier. Judging by their map sprite.
Clunk.
There's the part where I had a hard time remembering exactly how you're supposed to get through here, because there's rocks there and other things. And everything's dead, so we can't stay here.
Well, I mean, you can.
We shouldn't stay here.
There you go.
The secret is to go through the water here. Which we can do, because we're amphibious. And then we get hit with an earthquake. That's...
Earthquake in the water. That's excellent.
It's fine. It's okay.
I mean, I know that that can happen, but would it actually upset your health?
It's fine. Everything's fine. It didn't hurt us that much.
I mean, you'd think it'd be more dangerous if you were on the shore or something.
Alright, so now it's time for the next part of Weird Event Flags. Also murdering these things. Once this window gets out of the way, you should notice a weird, like, plant thing there. Once we get out of this menu. It's kinda in the top center.
The blob?
It's,
Evil plants!
yeah, we can't walk past this right now. It won't let us pass. Also, it's eating a bunch of buddies, and one of them's bleeding out the mouth.
Why are your friends all so dumb?
Maybe Gaia gave us sentience. So up here we've got this, and we can't get in here yet, because that's just a wall in front of us.
How'd they get up there?
This is me forgetting that I have to actually go somewhere else first. Which is over here. So we can eavesdrop on these dudes.
Hey guys.
This is like a recurring scene for the rest of the game. You will find a group of 4 dudes talking and having some sort of comic antics from best I can tell.
Hey, spoilers no spoiling. Besides, that's 5, not 4.
Yeah, it is 5. So now we've seen that, we can eventually control ourselves well enough to get out of here. There we go. We can go back over here. And for some reason I came down here. Why did I do this? Oh, the crocodile down here now.
Gotta fight the croc, even though he has red eyes.
Oh, I think I know what I'm doing. I think I wanted to try and get out of this form before going in there. Because there's a part where you have to climb down from the top again later in that dungeon, and if you move too far, you'll exit the dungeon and have to start the whole thing over again.
Oh. Yay, now you're a fat blue lizard.
Yep. Who is a little more controllable than the Mudkip. And here I am, just sitting here, not doing anything. There we go. Oh, apparently I decided to go full on, make sure I have control of myself, and become a spiky yellow fat lizard thing.
You lost your red eyes.
I guess apparently I also decided to grind my stats up a little bit.
You're such a min-maxer.
And for whatever reason, raising my attack put me back into the middle form, so we get to be the blue wizard again. It also doesn't have red eyes, though. It has green eyes. I think. But yeah, now we saw that scene, those guys came over here and they built a ramp.
Good of them.
I assume they're saying why they bothered to do this, but, anyways, this is a maze, so, you know, the natural thing is to, just go through it, right? Because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, there's nowhere else for us to go. That plant still won't let us through.
Where on this weird map are we now?
Kinda bottom center-ish.
Okay.
There's the, like, mountain lines in the middle of the map. No, that bit of water lake thing right in the middle, we're kinda under that. The plant is in that little, spot to the right.
Okay.
I think.
Are we ever gonna get down to the squid tail?
Yes, we do go down there. As part of a weird chain of events needed to progress things I don't fully understand. Also, I said this is a maze, but that's kind of being generous. It's, not that mazy. There's a couple of dead ends, but they're pretty short.
Are there any teleports?
Not in this one. There are enemies that like to block up the one tile wide hallways, though. I can bother to fight guys if I don't have to.
Well, it's not like you need the Evo points.
This fight was just a result of me holding the button down a little too long and moving farther than I meant to. Or possibly forgetting that going down here is not the way to go. So from the stats, I could level up my int one more time and become the mudkip thing again, but that would be a bad idea in here. Alright, this ramp... not this ramp.
You missed.
I missed the croc, but hit this guy.
No, you missed dodging.
And I don't know why I ended up in a fight with this guy. I think I walked in his way. Alright, over here... No? That ramp down there, that one. Is where we want to go. This ramp off to the left of the lizard we're killing there. If you move even one step to the left, you exit the dungeon.
Haha.
Oh wait, no, it's this bottom ramp we wanted to go up. That other ramp doesn't go anywhere. So you have to very carefully move, like, one tile to the left here, and then down onto the ramp. Or else you exit the dungeon and get to go through the whole thing again. Which is totally awesome, as I'm sure you can imagine. We're almost to the end of this part here. This maze, though.
Do you have to go back through it later?
No.
Even though you have to get back to those plants?
Oh, as I just mentioned, you can leave by just walking to the left.
Oh. So it dumps you out over there.
I mean, we have to walk back down this one path, but as soon as we go down that ramp, we can just take another step, and,
okay. So there's just a shortcut out, but we do have to go back through.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Also, this guy made it all the way up here.
Good job, guy.
So what is our prize for getting up here? This.
Blue Mountain.
And a noise. That's it. Time to get out.
Cool.
This guy has something different to say, though. I don't know if the others have something different to say, because I would have involved walking all the way back to them, and I didn't feel like doing that.
Lazy.
And now we gotta fight our way out of here, because everybody's blocking up the path. Thanks for that.
Please organize into a single file line and exit peacefully.
Alright, there we go. Now that we've seen the lake, we can go back to this plant, which is still murdering. But, for some reason... Boop, it's gone.
Cool.
Alright, now the next bit is a little confusing. Yeah, I don't understand why what happens needs to happen. But there are a few places we gotta visit. I'm pretty sure I do it out of order initially, because, why not? So we're heading down to the squid tail first here, even though that doesn't really do us a lot of good the first time.
Alright.
And it's a really obnoxious place to move around in, because dudes spawn everywhere and it's all narrow passageways through the mountains. There is no more speeding up in this episode. The entire rest of it is just like event flag resolving.
I'm running into these guys.
And murdering dudes that get in the way. And me getting lost because I'm good at video games. We only go this particular path through here once, because it's the long way, and I'd forgotten that there was a shorter path through here until I leave. Because I leave through the shorter path.
Well, at least you get to show off both.
Alright, so down here, through this awful passageway.
Oh no.
The other main reason to not take this particular route is you don't have to deal with this.
The fat spiky lizard?
They might still spawn, but this awful, miserable, windy path is a nightmare to get through.
I see a lump.
That is where we're heading, to that weird-looking mountain that doesn't look like the impassable ones.
It looks like an old man wearing robes.
It's Rama. We're gonna go climb all over Rama.
Cool.
And get wrecked by earthquakes and fire and
Except I think you mean Rama.
lizards. He's pretty mad that we're coming over, apparently.
Why is he hurling lightning bolts at you then?
I'm sure some of those will show up too. He just called on his buddies, Titan and, Ifrit first.
Okay.
We're mixing our companies here, that's probably not good.
Well, I mean, they combine later on.
But they're distinct right now.
Yeah, right now, yeah.
Other thing of note, I have 500 Evo points. Guess how many Evo points you can hold max in this chapter?
Is it 500?
Yep. So all the fighting is doubly pointless now.
And yet you keep doing it.
Well, because if you run away, the thing doesn't disappear. And it's generally blocking up the path, so...
Oh. Delightful.
If you noticed an audio skip there, I had to cut out a couple of frames because of something that popped up over while I was playing. security update or something. Also, the mountain's a teleport. Go figure. I don't know where exactly this is on the map in comparison.
Hi, buddy.
But it's a nifty plateau. There's one of these things up here.
Cool. Even though you don't need it at all.
Still gotta eat it. I guess those are the analogs of the crystals in the SNES game. Except there's none that turn into dragons or anything cool like that. Here's another one. And then there's this guy way up here.
Hi, buddy.
We can talk to him, but
It's kind of dangerous to stand on a cliffside like that, friend.
as of this exact moment, there was absolutely no point coming up here. I apparently did not realize that.
To yourself, you're thinking, no, this was totally pointless.
The worst part is we have to go back through all that crap again to get out of here.
Yay.
Yeah, that's one part of the puzzle. And if you go this way, the route is a little less terrible. Not a ton, but it doesn't involve that awful, windy mountain path.
Oh look, it's our friend, fat spiky guy.
Like the only dude that's really a threat to us right now. Until we get to the final area of this chapter, at least. Someday we'll make it out of this section over here and get back on track.
You're making a lot of promises here. Are you actually gonna follow through?
Maybe. There's too many of these guys walking around in this area. I tried to dodge around them, but I failed. Get out of the way, man. Don't have time for you.
Well, you do, but just time to eat him.
Alright, so up here is another part of the puzzle. There's some lava and some water and big old rock and a dragonfly. A rock that's extremely precariously perched, but somehow staying there.
Cool.
We can't do anything with that, so let's not hang out by the lava.
It wasn't hurting you much.
So we got one more place we can go.
To the hair of the seahorse. Right?
There's a huge desert there, which is great. And this is actually the glowy point on the map.
Where? Oh, I guess that eye is glowing.
And you were asking about teleporters. Here we are.
Oh. Guess I called that, didn't I?
This game likes its teleport mazes.
I'm sorry.
So there's some people down at the bottom that we want, and in one case, need to speak to move on. I'm having a bit of a time remembering the correct path here. And I'm back at the start. Good job.
So what I'm seeing is that you suck at teleport mazes.
I don't know why I was having so much trouble remembering the fairly simple route through this one when I recorded this. Man, this is kind of sad to watch.
Yeah, this is pathetic.
We want to get down there and talk to the glowy thing on the stump, essentially.
And you can't just walk into the water.
Nope. Yep, this is it. This is where I want to be. There we are.
You did it.
Also, we're amongst our people here, the fat blue lizards.
Hooray! It's Fat Blue Lizard Town.
We can walk on that water, because it's bubbly, I guess? I don't know.
Shallow, probably.
Mantle. I don't know what that means. I also don't know why I lingered on that particular text box for so long.
Or this one.
Then when we bump into the log with the glowy thing on it, we get this.
They don't look like blue lizard people.
We also speak to Gaia. I don't know where she's supposed to be here.
She's
In
the
the
flower.
flower, I guess. So she actually requests that we do something. There is a, like, structure in that desert. And she wants us to go over to it and do something.
Well,
I
that's
assume is what she's saying because we have to do that in order to finish the section.
not a very nice task of a water critter.
Well, that's why we gotta solve a puzzle. Because we can't just walk there. The desert's right next to us, but we will die a miserable death. Instead, we have to work on extincting the other populations as we get back down to that mountain area that I went to first.
You are the chosen lizard person.
Yeah, I think at this point, if you hadn't gone over and looked at that rock, you need to have gone over there and looked at that rock and maybe talked to the dragonfly. Which we've already done. But I'm not 100% certain that's a necessary step. You might just need to go back to the, to the mountain lizards. Here I was, going this way, and then I remembered, wait, don't go that way. Go this way. And then have trouble fitting through the small gap.
It's so close. You can do it. No, don't go that way. Stop. You did it.
So now we're here, we have to go all the way back up to that guy who was on the lookout cliff thing. In doing so, points out that precarious rock to us.
Why is it rumbling?
Why wouldn't it be? Look at it.
It's just sitting there.
So, can you guess what we need to do now?
Push the rock.
Yes.
That's stupid.
I'm not even kidding. We were going to knock that rock down.
That thing's like a million-ty times your size.
We're gonna go and we're gonna, like, look at it and knock it over, okay? You can't stop me.
That's not physically reasonable.
Look, man. Physics don't matter when you don't understand them.
Well, I guess.
We don't have enough brain to understand that we can't push that rock, so we're gonna go push that rock.
Okay. I'll buy that.
We gotta get over there first, though. And keep getting messed up by random events. Look at this.
Dang. Is that permanent damage? Oh no, never mind.
Yeah, just if you're not on a healing spot, it just regens really slow. That's not the right way. Here we are. And like I said, we're gonna go over here. We're gonna knock this rock down. And talk to this dragonfly for no reason. Then we're gonna bash our head into it.
This should not have
And
worked.
there we go. We knocked it down. It's also way smaller now.
Now it's way bigger. Oh dear.
And we also broke the entire cliff with our face, apparently.
This isn't safe.
But we have now created a river and a safe path.
How did you survive?
Amphibians.
Uh-huh. But
But it goes nowhere. Isn't that great? Also, this is an actual lizard and will completely ruin us.
But an earthquake in the water hurts you. But you can survive that just fine.
Actually, none of the things that we run into in this area are worth fighting at all. They are all way too buff. And we need to actually go this way. I think I decided to fight this guy anyway, but, yeah, these guys aren't too bad. It's the actual lizards, which are literally things from the bottom line that we can't get to yet, that you can run into out here. That will
mess you up.
will just destroy you, and you should run away.
Do you still have the healing ability from the fish?
Yep, you always have that. Problem is, when things outclass you too much, they will just outpace your healing with the 2 free hits they get on you.
Ah.
I don't know why those guys are flopping around and not actually moving. So here's this thing. This is where we needed to go.
And what is this?
There's a computer in the wall, it's fine. And there's these weird rocks that heal us, that's, you know, that's totally normal, right?
No.
Look, this is nature.
I think you're wrong.
So, what are we doing here? Good question, why we're just a lizard, we don't know. Well, we know what's going on.
Just gonna climb for no reason.
And up at the top here, eventually, there's that, whatever that is.
A slide.
And there's that, whatever that is.
Ew. It's gross.
It's alive. Probably not for much longer. It appears to just be, like, screaming.
Uh-huh.
And now it's dead.
You killed it.
And we got something. And now we can walk all over it. So we got a thing, there's an area in the middle that we can't walk to. Otherwise, what are we doing here? There's some more machinery. We can't get down there from here, though.
How do you know what machinery is?
And we can't walk over there. And we can't walk through that thing. Look, doors.
How do you know what doors are?
Can you figure out what we need to do?
Go into the door?
Do you know where the door we need to go into is? Because those doors are not just ones you can walk to. There's another door hidden.
Is it behind the slide?
No. We do get to use that slide when we're leaving, though. I don't know why there's an awesome glowy slide on this pyramid, but,
I blame aliens.
they probably left all their healing kryptonite around, too. So we've pretty much explored most of the map at this point. I just need to find the right spot. Those rocks hurt us, I don't know why.
So those rocks are jerk rocks.
Up here is exactly where I did not want to come. I've gone too far, I need to go back.
I don't think giving yourself hints in the past is gonna work.
Go back down, me. Where are you going?
Going up and around again.
Yeah, come back down this way, that's good. No, you're still too high up, go back down.
Whee! Want some more circles?
Oh, wait, there it is. We found it.
So you were wrong.
I was wrong.
Present you is bad.
Now you have to figure out which door to go in.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm.
Alright, now we're up here with the... With this. With this. What is this? I don't know. It's glowing though, that's probably not good.
Alien spaceship?
Actually, this might be the glowing point on the map. I might have been wrong about the other one.
Base camp?
And we turned it off. It's no longer glowing. Slide's still there though. So, whoop!
Whee! Ouch.
With that done, all we need to do is go back to Gaia and say, hey, we, found some stuff. Hit it with our face.
I noticed that everything died out here, almost.
Ah, they're there. The other bonus to that river is we can just walk up this way. And we're back.
Oh, you gotta do another maze.
Yeah, we do have to actually go through the maze again and go talk to, Gaia. I remembered a little better this time, though.
Well, that's something, at least. You almost messed up, I saw it.
Yep, luckily it doesn't let you immediately walk back into the same door. If you had to step away from it.
That's merciful.
I talked to all these guys again. I'm not sure if they actually say anything different this time or not. I don't think they do.
They sure are chatty.
These ones I just ran into because I moved too fast. Alright. Now that's done. saw she thanked us for whatever we just did. And now, by surpassing the limits, we're the worst lizard.
Wow, that is a hideous lizard.
And see ya, we're out.
Bye! Good story.
Please switch discs.
So this is 3 discs in now,
Yep,
and the first disc was the intro,
yep.
so we're more than halfway done?
This chapter is the middle chapter, there's 6.
Ah.
Also, there's some text happening. I don't know what it says, though. I wasn't looking to see who was talking either, so... But the world has changed. But that's for next time. Later, guys. We changed color.